Dave and Jay versus the world.
Nice.
Oh, my fault. I thought.
Fuck. And we are pre-recorded.
We're back. We're here. We're back. We're ready. How you feeling?
Welcome to episode 6.
Episode number 6
of Dave and Jay versus the world.
Time
I'm
flies,
Jay. He's Dave.
I am Dave.
And I had an intro worked out that you just really fucked up.
Thanks for communicating it, guy. Jeez.
I thought it'd be nice to do it just live.
Well, sometimes we fumble the ball, but it is what it is. And,
I feel like I dropped that one real fucking bad.
That's all right.
I was working it out in the shower and everything.
Were you?
Yeah.
Why wouldn't you tell me that?
Thanks-
Why wouldn't you go,
thanks
hey,
for-
Dave, I've
thanks
got a
for butt
super
fucking that one
smooth
up.
thing that I'm working on. Why don't
I
you
thought-
watch me execute it?
I honestly thought that you would go, you know what? He's doing something.
I had no
Let him
idea.
go for whatever he's going to do.
Sometimes I worry about you, Jay. Sometimes I worry. If I got to pick up the ball and run with it, I got to be ready.
You talking about the constant profesh that is me, my friend?
Listen, how you doing, man? How are you? How
Good.
are you feeling?
Dude, I felt good. And I got to tell you, I told everybody about that Five Guys.
Dude, oh my God, man.
Five Guys was so good.
Yeah, that was, we went over yesterday. Well, first we went rock climbing. Nice Saturday morning.
We
You
had
said
a-
it,
we had
too.
we had a nice bro day.
It was nice. We woke up, got to the rock climbing place. Shout out to Middletown Gravity Vault. That is open.
Holla at your boy, Gravity Vault. Throw a
You-
couple free passes this way.
Yeah, that'd be nice. You do have to wear a mask, which is...
Yeah, but we barely did it. I kept it mostly on my beard the entire time.
Yeah, he did. He kept his nose out. And so when we get coronavirus, it's because of you.
I gave it to like 17 people that were there too.
I kept mine over my nose, and it's a lot, man. It's a lot to try to rock climb with this napkin over your face. It's
hard.
It's stifling. It's hot
Dude,
as shit.
I started originally I was climbing with my glasses, and then they started fucking up at the top.
Yeah, they'll start
like
fogging up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I would be like about 20 feet in the air, and I
Suddenly blind.
oh god,
Suddenly blind.
Can't see anything. The fog just rolled in.
It upsets me, too, because I just got finished listening to that episode of Rogan where he had the breathing guy on. And, he's stressing for hours the importance of not mouth breathing.
Oh
But-
yeah, I'm a hard mouth breather.
Yeah, and me as well. And I've been trying to be more conscientious of it. But this mask, it's so big, it wants to rise up into my eyes. And to prevent that, I have to go like this. I got to go. So the whole time, because I'm bringing my jaw down to bring the mask down. So the whole time I'm climbing underneath the mask, I'm going, and it's fucking up whatever's going on with nature and the way you're designed to breathe.
I gotta tell you, man, you impressed the shit out of me yesterday.
Well,
you know how I can't ever compliment
I
you
know,
or anything, or I don't
know.
think you're very good at anything.
No,
Turns
that's not-
out the boy could climb.
That's not true though. You have a way.
You got a
of-
little bit of spider monkey in you.
In everyday life, Jay is very, he'll shit on me, but as soon as we get into any kind of athletic endeavor, you're a very positive reinforcement kind of guy. Like every time we would spar or something, you afterwards you'd be like, hey man, I really liked what you were doing with this and the way you worked that angle. So, you could pretend to be the mean guy, but as soon as there's a thing, an athletic endeavor, you are a very positively reinforcing
I was
person.
rooting you on and shit like
Yeah,
that
you were,
yesterday.
you
I
were.
was. I fuck around a lot, but like when we're out there actually doing something, I got your back, dude. Like I want to see you succeed. I don't want to see I'm the kind of guy that will fuck with you, but I really don't hope you fail. I really hope you succeed.
But when you're
I
sitting
will
still,
break hard balls.
You get aggressive when when there's nothing going on. And then the sport becomes verbally putting down and destroying whatever self-esteem or modicum of self-esteem I may have. That is, you take hammers to that. But as soon as we start making moves and
I got your back.
Then it becomes.
I got your back.
It was very nice.
Yeah, we had a good day.
It's impressive how much that fucking rock climbing just gasses your hands out, and I had a hard time extending my fingers afterwards. It was actually a lot of pain. I think
Oh, really?
I understand what arthritis is. That last climb, that brown one.
Yeah, that brown one we're working
Every
on.
single time I was done with that, as I ran it 3 times, and I couldn't. My fucking pointer finger was just stiff, and to extend it was like lightning bolts of pain. I think I might be getting it.
Honestly, from like jiu-jitsu, my grip, and from work, like grabbing rotors and stuff like that, my hands are fine today.
Really?
Yeah, I'm real
I
comfortable
feel.
today. I feel alright.
You know when you wake up in the morning and sometimes you try to make a fist and it just feels a little bit. I feel like that.
Dehydrated? That
Yeah.
dehydrated feeling where your joints are tight?
Yeah, so I can't, I don't have all the strength that I usually do have. But you got to imagine, man, like, these
guys,
dudes.
for the video, I'm drinking again. This is alcohol.
This is Jay's back.
No, I'm just kidding.
On the bottle. Jay's back on the bottle. We talked about it. He said he would keep it under wraps. So we're going to see.
Remember
it's a
last
test run.
time? Should your spouse die? She died. This is me. I'm
This is
drinking
it.
again.
She did
also,
die.
you can find me on Tinder.
We're in high spirits because we're shit-faced. But yeah, man, you got to imagine, like.
I always wonder what they were drinking on, like Jay Leno. And
Just-
turns
it's
out
gotta
it's
be
just
water.
fucking water.
Of course, they're not having a
There's
good time
no movie
there.
magic with this.
Not
It's
that we
just
are either.
fucking
This is just
water.
too, yeah. But you have to imagine if jiu-jitsu and everything improves your grip strength, people who rock climb as
Oh my God.
beyond hobbyists, like people that's their passion.
They must
those
be able to
fuckers
grab a hold of you and just
rip your dick
strangle you. Yeah, rip
but
your
they're
dick
also
off.
their hands look like this all the time.
Yeah,
They're
like they got
always-
monkey grip.
Yeah, they never fully. They don't. There's no reason to do this. Everything is a claw. But yeah, man, it was a good time. It was fun and it was different. And then we went and
Devoured some Five Guys. I'm literally stuffing that burger into my face. Dude.
we had a night. It was nice
It was so
because
fun.
George that George Knapp.
And you wanna feel like a real fucking fat, disgusting McFat fuck?
Yeah.
Be the first guys at Five Guys. There was us and one 250-pound lady.
That was it. And she had a lot of bags, and I think they were all for her, but we were among the first people through the door. And I was trying to put my order in before we left, but they don't open till 11. So we were there as soon as the doors opened. But we decided, because he pulls up in his car, I pull up in mine, and what we're going to do is we're going to put the windows down, play that UFO
Funky
episode,
music, white boy.
and eat on the hood of the car, which...
Well,
it was nice, but the problem is, as soon as you get Five Guys is top tier for me. As soon as you put that in my hand,
that's a thoroughbred of fucking hamburgers, bro. That is it.
we're done talking. As soon as that meat touches these lips, there is no
So
more
good.
conversations to be
So
had, and
good.
it became competitive eating, where Jay and I just all of a sudden, to the sweet sounds of George Knapp and Jeremy Corbell, we just shoveled.
Stuffed our fucking faces.
And Jay said something really disrespectful to me because I said, "Can I have a double bacon cheeseburger?" And Jay said, "Listen, man, 2 patties, that's a lot. Like, I don't do that's, you're not going to." And
Yeah.
there was no problems, Jay.
Dude, but the thing is, I ordered the same thing. I forgot that at Five Guys that when you order the regular thing, it comes 2 patties. So I remember last time I went there, I was like, boy, that was a lot of eating. I was like, not going to make that same fucking mistake again. So I'm going to go ahead and order just a regular cheeseburger. And it still comes with double meat,
Yeah.
which I was like, oh boy, here we go.
But
About
there's
to get it
nothing
in.
wrong with that, Jay. There's nothing wrong with
Ain't
that.
nothing wrong with
Five
that.
Guys, it goes. Five Guys isn't. It's not fair to compare them to other fast food, because to me, Wendy's is the king of fast food. But Five Guys, I think, is my number one. I've never had Shake Shack, but that would be what you put it up against, right?
I mean, Shake Shack for me, that's a close second. But dude, I've had In-N-Out. So In-N-Out is up there, dude. It could
I've
take
had
the
In-N-Out.
Pepsi challenge.
I've had In-N-Out, and it wasn't really. It wasn't. I don't know. It was all right. I waited for a long time. It wasn't bad. When I went to. I don't know, Jay. I can't.
What I'm saying is chill with the Vox. I'm picking you up in my mic.
I don't know what
you're
Vox
screaming.
is. Oh, Vox.
Vocals, dickhead.
Oh, I'm not a fucking. All right. Well, yeah. All right. I'll stop screaming. But yeah, In-N-Out is not. I'm gonna say it didn't deserve the hype. It didn't deserve the hype.
I should kick you in the fucking head.
I still think Five Guys takes them.
Dude, In-N-Out is a solid burger. The reason I would say In-N-Out maybe is because the bread, they must throw it on the grill or something like that, and it kind of gets like a thing on the top. It's got a little bit of a crunch when you bite into it. But
I didn't have the bread. I had it in a lettuce wrap, and I was
tell you
not
what's,
mad.
I'll tell you what's truly disgusting is In-N-Out fries. They are
I don't
fucking
really remember.
gross.
I don't really remember.
They are really not good. I'd rather have McDonald's fries. You get me some McDonald's fries and an In-N-Out
There's nothing
burger.
wrong with those, yeah.
Now we're cooking with gas.
When I went to Vegas, I had
Actually, I had my In-N-Out experience in Arizona.
There you go. Yeah.
Yeah.
I had Carl's Jr. I don't know if we had. Do we
I had
have
that
Carl's
down
Jr.?
south. Yeah, I think we do. I think we have
We have Hardy, or
we have Hardee's, or we have Carl's Jr. Not Hardee's, but we have one or the other.
So then maybe I had Hardee's out in Vegas.
Yeah, I
and-
had that down south, and I was super disappointed.
I wasn't.
From what the commercial looked like.
Well, it's like a souped up Burger King, which Burger King can suck a bag of dicks. Burger King is the
How
trashiest.
Dare you?
It goes, if you were taking the three, Wendy's, Burger King, McDonald's, it goes number 1 is obviously Wendy's. Number 2 is, and it's not a debate, it's McDonald's. And then number 3 at the bottom of the barrel is Burger King. And you know what Burger King's problem is number 1, that artificial char flavor is dog shit.
Really?
And the second
like
thing
it.
is that they pile the thickest cut veggies. The onions are so thick.
Oh yeah, you get a mouthful. Of
Dude,
onions.
the tomato is so thick, and I'm like, hey, Burger King, I'm here to make bad fucking decisions. If I wanted a salad, I'd go eat a salad. I'm here because I don't fucking care
They're gonna
today.
throw a salad on a burger with
That's-
some mayonnaise for your boy.
Boom! Get rid of the. Maybe I like something magical happens when mayonnaise kisses tomatoes.
You make like special, like fancy sauce almost, like with the ketchup and the mayonnaise, but it's a natural occurring thing in the wild that happens with a tomato and some mayo. You kind of get that.
God, it's so
Just feels good.
When I was younger, my mom would make me, it would be like toast, mayonnaise, tomato, and a little bit of salt and pepper, and it was fucking delicious.
Oh, dude.
Highly recommend that.
I just want to give you a heads up. My father's looking for you after that Jehovah's Witness
How
episode.
did he talk to you about it?
Yeah, he did. He was like, you tell Dave. When I see him, I'm gonna fucking
What
strangle
did he
that
say?
kid.
Tell him Dave said 22 times, Mr. Baumlin.
Oh, I thought you were gonna give him his your
address.
address.
My address 22 Jackson.
22 Main Street,
No,
Metuchen,
22
bro.
times
Anytime
they falsely
you want.
predicted the end of the world.
Doesn't sway his beliefs, man. He
No.
was just all about. He's just all about it. He loves
Nothing wrong
that
with having
shit.
some beliefs, you know.
You know, in his world, I'm dead. You're dead.
We're both
He's got a
dead.
puncher's chance.
Well, I don't know. I don't know if he does. But
He also believes that Jonah was swallowed by a whale.
and he lived inside. Isn't that also the story of Geppetto? I don't.
I think
Didn't
so.
Geppetto get swallowed by a whale and make a little boy made of wood come to life?
Yeah, but obviously Disney's fake and the Bible's real, bro.
Obviously. Well, you
He's
know,
looking for you is what I'm
tell
saying.
your dad I'm very sorry that
That's
his
not gonna help.
organization falsely
He's
predicted
coming after you.
the end of the world 22 times. But yeah, man, all in all, that was a very nice morning.
Rock
Saturday
climbing,
morning was
burgers.
very nice.
Yeah.
And then
Good time.
we went our separate ways, and I went to a barbecue, and I ate, I think, 4 hot dogs and 4 burgers, and one of the burgers was a double cheeseburger.
Wait, so you had more food on top of that Five Guys?
Dude, I went
afterwards?
crazy hard.
I'm not gonna lie.
You did.
I had pizza that.
Of course you did. Hey, this is something I wanted to ask you because you don't drink, right?
Nope.
And so do you have this thing? I hear it from a lot of people who don't drink anymore, that they don't understand how you can have just 1 or 2 drinks.
I mean, for me, when I was drinking, it was pointless to have like 1 or 2 drinks because it's like if I'm drinking, I'm trying to get fucking drunk, son. You
Like
know what I'm
new
saying?
astronomical
Has your
levels
wife
of
ever
shit-faced.
asked you, like, why don't you just make out anymore?
No, we still kind of make out. Yeah.
No, I don't fucking make out.
No?
No, the same thing with alcohol and making
There's
out.
no.
I'm not making out without having sex.
Right. Okay.
And
I
I'm not
understand that.
drinking 2 beers unless I'm getting fucking.
Well, to me, the making out
drunk.
it's part of the mission. I have to, navigate
Well,
the waters.
obviously, you make out to engage in
Casually
intercourse.
making out for.
Yeah.
yeah, I'll give
Steph
you that.
is
It's
like,
not
why
a
don't
lot.
we make out? I'm like, what? What am I?
You should look
fucking
her in the eyes and say,
11-teen?
let's make out right now. You want to do that? Put her on the spot. Come on, let's make out. Let's do
I
that.
tried that. She was like, no,
No,
it's
you
not,
asked
it's
the
not
question.
sexy.
You asked the question. Let's go ahead
And
and make
I'm
out.
giving you an
Here
answer
it
with
is.
my lips.
Oh, I'm sorry. Was I not making out? Let's make out right now. that's how that should go.
Dude,
yeah.
I just make out in front of everybody. I'll do it
Yeah,
right
let's
now.
do that right in public on public transportation. We could do it
in front of our parents.
Let's stop right here on this lovely Main Street walk and have
Yeah, well,
a makeout.
Well, that's the whole thing with, like I said, like with drinking. So I'm not going to drink 2 beers
Yeah.
because the object of drinking is to get fucked up, and the object of making out is to fuck.
So do you get shark eyes when you have a drink? Is that what happens?
I'm just a very like excess kind of person.
Sure.
You know, like I couldn't just like casually take fighting. I had to become a fighter.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like I couldn't just get by at my job. I had to be the best, you know, buyer for my company that I, you know, it's just kind of whatever I'm doing it like full tilt. That's just kind of how I am.
That's one of those things it's a double-edged blade, right? Because it's bad in some areas,
It's bad
great
in some,
other areas.
and it's great in other. Like if I'm gonna, you know, even with like just being a husband, you know, like just I'm trying to be the best husband that I could be, or the idea of the best husband that I could be. Like I try really hard, you know.
So
I'm
why
very
aren't you making out?
conscientious. What's up?
So why aren't you?
That ain't in
You
that
gotta
book.
bring those numbers. You gotta bring those
Gotta
make
bump
out
those
numbers.
mi-
At least set a timer for 35 seconds.
I'm gonna try to make out every day.
We're gonna check.
Every day.
We're gonna check in. All right. Now the
But the
audience is
thing
gonna
is-
want to know if you
but
brought those
honestly-
numbers up.
But the thing is, last time we tried making out, I came in my jeans.
Hey,
we're
man,
making out.
that's passion.
Let me set the mood. We're
Okay,
making
please.
out. We're on the bed. It's getting hot and heavy. You know, I start dry humping
A little bit, right? As one does.
kissing.
Yeah.
You know,
Right.
getting real hot.
Yep.
Feeling her butt.
Little handsy,
You know,
little
yeah.
handsy.
The hands are
All right.
exploring.
Yes.
And then around 3.5 minute mark, I
Yeah.
come in my jeans and I tell her I gotta stop because I've come in my pants.
Hey, man, if that is still happening, that's beautiful.
Oh my god, dude!
That's a beautiful
I always
thing.
tell her, I'm like, whenever it comes down to it,
Mm-hmm.
like when I'm waking up with no boners, no like you
Oh.
know fucking sexual appetite,
Execute.
I'm getting on TRT, son.
Oh yeah, that's a nightmare.
Oh,
You
I'm
on
gonna take
TRT is a nightmare.
I'm gonna take a cocktail of things, HGH,
Yeah.
TRT. I'm gonna turn into a fucking.
and we're still going to
I'm
be
gonna
doing
be like
the show
Wolverine,
with a
dude.
maniac next to me, just TRT'd to the fucking gills.
TRTJ.
You thought he was grumpy before. Everything's going to
Oh my
fucking set him
God.
off.
And I'll be able to throw this pool table out the window. Should
It'll
I
be
choose.
every episode will end with me running
Oh
and
my
trying
God.
to desperately escape, and then waiting for the phone call that says, "Hey man, sorry I overreacted."
You know-
it's
you know-
the TRT.
You know how you know this is like getting good is when people have funny things that they say to you.
Oh my God.
Like I've had people say, you know, like Dave's a fucking
God
liar.
damn it.
Dude,
God damn
there
it.
was one I get the uh-uhs, you know, like
Yeah,
There was one yesterday, I forgot what it was, but my friends kept like fucking saying it. I don't remember what it was.
Once you get little, you're
Yeah.
touching some sort of nerve. You're touching something there for people to
Yeah,
to vibe with it. I'll tell you
I
what,
get it-
don't
I
like
get
the
it.
Dave is a liar thing. It's
We got to make a shirt. Dave's a fucking
Dave's
liar.
not a liar.
Dave's
all right?
a
I'm an
fucking
honest
liar.
man. I try my hardest to be an honest man, and I do
Not
get
working.
bummed out even when I tell little white lies, and it's working pretty well. But the reason I asked you about whether or not you get shark eyes and shit is because I think that I have.
Well, wait. Just to finish that off, I
Sure.
could be around booze. Like
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
around booze all the time.
No, my question is
last
when you
night,
consume it.
then it's like a werewolf.
Yeah.
You know, like there is Jay
Yes,
somewhere
okay.
deep inside, but he is at this point he's all wolf.
Yeah.
You can't control him.
Yeah.
anymore.
You're inside sleeping.
See, and before I was like a drunk piece of shit, kind of volatile, but
Right.
now if I got drunk, I don't know too many people
Oh,
that I
yeah.
associate that would be able to stop
yeah,
me.
now
Like,
you learned how to fight professionally.
Yeah, if my crew was here, yeah, they would be able to like
everybody
hold me down
just
and
lead
restrain
kicking
me.
you to death.
Yeah, no, they would be able to get me down to the ground and fucking, you know, snap my neck. But
Right.
if I'm just hanging out with a couple like homies that I know, just regular dudes, like
Just something at
I'm
a bar?
drinking, I can't. Dude, can't.
Yeah, that's not.
I'm afraid for people.
Well, I've never been that way. When I drink, the only thing that happens to me is I get sleepy, and maybe I'll get a little bit of silly if the energy's up. But I do have something in me, and it's so lame, right? Because to be like, yeah, when I fucking drink, I go to a different place, when I eat sugar, I genuinely look at people and don't know how they can have just one. The other day,
Oh, it blows my mind. Like how somebody has a serving out of a Ben and Jerry's plane. I'm like, what are you fucking crazy?
my wife will do that. She'll have a Ben and Jerry's pint sitting in the fucking freezer for X amount of time, and I'm supposed to not eat the shit. And the way I see it, it's got an expiration date. If it's still there after a fucking week, I'm eating it. I'm eating the whole fucking thing.
Dude, you left that Ben and Jerry's here the other day. Me and my brother woke up, ate it all for breakfast.
There you go. Well, my
Well,
wife's
Ben and Jerry
birthday
breakfast.
was on the 15th, and we got her a Reese's ice cream cake, and I went hard.
I feel like you got that for her with the full intention that you knew you were gonna put that fucking thing away.
No, my
you were
friends,
like, all right, she'll maybe have a slice. That leaves about 30,000 calories.
yeah.
for me.
Well, what happened was my friends were like, "Hey, what is she? Should we get her a cake?" And I said, "She doesn't. My wife doesn't like cake, which is fucking crazy. Who the fuck doesn't like cake?"
If I brought a cake out and Cindy was like, no, thank you, I don't like cake, I'd be like, Cindy, do me a favor, get your bag, get your
the
son,
fuck out.
get your husband, get the fuck out of my
If you
house.
bought a cake out right now, the podcast would be over. The rest of the podcast would be us eating it with a spoon.
I would hit this space bar so fucking fast and turn that camera off and,
And
be like,
just-
let's handle this cake. We'll come back to the podcast.
After the cake, just disgusting human beings. But that's how I. So they asked if she liked cake. I said no, she doesn't like cake, but she likes Reese's. So I expected them to bring her some Reese's cups. Instead, they bought a Reese's ice cream cake. I said, well, you
Shout out
fucked
to
up.
those friends. Those are good friends.
Those are good friends. Excellent.
Not good
people,
looking, but good friends.
Don't disparage. You
I'm
son
just saying.
of a bitch.
I'm
all
just
right?
saying, I saw
Their
pictures.
Looks, they're hearts of gold.
I'm sure
hearts
they
of
are.
Gold
They bring
and great
cakes,
people.
but they need to do some push-ups.
Well, they are comfortable with who they are. All right.
I wouldn't be.
I wouldn't be. But so they bring this cake and everybody has one piece. I eat the rest of the cake, right? So
Of course.
there's 4 pieces dealt out, 5 pieces. I eat the rest of the cake, and I think that's it. The next day, wake up, I fast real deep into the day till like 2:00.
Got to make things right.
Then I eat wholesome, healthy dinner. Everything's good. 9:00 rolls around and there's a single ice cream
And the
cone.
wolf comes out.
And it's like, I don't even see it coming, dude. I'm just chilling. I'm doing dishes. I'm wrapping everything up so I don't got to look at a mess when I wake up in the morning. And I
Alright.
open the freezer after filling the ice cube trays, put them in, and I see a single ice cream cone. One of those little drumsticks
Yo,
with
yeah.
the chocolate at the bottom.
Shut up. With a waffle cone with the chocolate at the bottom, son.
So, I start eating it.
We
No
gotta make
big
a
deal.
sound bite of that.
That was the werewolf. It's a little.
Dude, I could see you like
Oh,
transforming.
the hairs on the back of my neck stood up when I thought about it.
Knocking dishes.
So I start eating it. Everything's good.
Tearing your shirt off.
A month ago, my mom gives me like a hazelnut spread, like a knockoff Nutella.
Sounds about right.
Nobody eats it because nobody in my house is big on sweets except for me. So, and I say, can we just not keep it in the house? And my wife says, shut your fucking mouth. Be a normal human.
I
And
say that
okay.
all the time. Like, can we throw this out? And they're gonna be like, you're gonna throw out a whole jar of
Yes,
Nutella.
it
And I
has
go,
to get the fuck away from me.
either you're gonna throw that out, or I'm gonna wait 2:03 in the morning.
Yeah, I'm
one
gonna
of
eat
these
it
things are gonna happen.
all. And that's exactly what I did. So I took the ice cream and I took the Nutella thing and I started dipping it, and that wasn't working. So I got a big spoon and I started scooping it out and smearing it on the ice cream. And then I ate all the ice cream and the ice cream was gone. And I was like, fuck. And then I just took the
See-
spoon and I started eating all the Nutella till the Nutella was gone. And then, like a shameful fucking moron, I put an empty Nutella jar back in the.
Because you're a piece of shit.
I'm a piece of shit.
Yo, the thing is, see, I would do that.
Yeah.
Except with alcohol and cocaine.
Yeah. See, that's what was my
That was
question,
it.
because I think I finally drew a parallel
You get
there.
it.
Yeah. But mine's so shitty. Like, mine doesn't make me a disgruntled. It just makes me fat and disgusting.
Well, mine makes me live in a warehouse
All right, I'll take it.
on the streets.
Yeah.
Eating 7-Eleven dumpster sandwiches. Could you imagine if eating sugar got you there?
I would be fucked up. I would have died a long time ago. I'd be in prison right now with that, because I didn't realize it. And I talked to my mom about it, and she goes, you know why you're like that? And I go, why? She goes, because you're my son. And my mom is the same way. She can't keep it in the house. And what upsets me
Respect, Mom.
is if my wife is listening to this episode, listen, man. When
She
an
doesn't listen to him,
alcoholic-
though.
She does. She actually started listening
Oh,
to
she
him. And my
did?
mom, shout out to Mom, love you, Mom. She's watching. I'm pretty sure.
Oh.
Now, and I'm gonna say terrible things, Mom. And I don't know why you're listening. You should never listen to this. I'm
I
not
know.
gonna
My
stop.
dad, he liked you up until about fucking
Up until I
one podcast
disparaged
ago.
an
Now he's
entire
looking to hit you with his fucking truck.
An entire cult. All right, so
Oh, now you really did it. Dude, I'm telling you, he's got nothing going on.
I met him once. I helped him
Murdering
move some
you-
furniture, I think, or something like that.
Murdering you, you'd be doing him a favor.
As
He gets
long as
3
it's
hots and a cop, bro. He
Good
kills you.
content for the show. I'm down for it. Me desperately trying to escape your father as he tries to run me over in a Durango or whatever it is that he drives.
It's a Chevy S10.
Chevy, okay.
I would probably try to replace you with my brother. It would be Jay and Josh take
I
over
think
the
it
world.
would be just as good and just as bad. Meaning, your brother is so similar to you, and I'm so similar to you, it would just be, again, two assholes shouting over each other.
Yeah.
And good, but the show I do think would go on beyond an hour and some
See,
odd
but
minutes.
the thing is, like, this podcast will never end in a physical altercation. If me and my brother were to do this, there's a possibility you're going to see a straight up street fight on that
It's going to come to blows. Give me a second. Let's just a bop.
And we're
good.
back. Actually, we're getting pretty good at that.
I think we are. And I didn't set a timer, but I saw your timer. Thank fucking God. But what I did want to say about my wife and this whole sugar thing is, like, if you're an alcoholic, you know, you don't want alcohol in the house, right? And it's like whoever you live with has not, it's not their responsibility. But
Wait,
it's
that's
like,
not true, because I was an alcohol. I'll admit that
No,
I was
but
a
you know, like,
full-blown alcoholic. And I have liquor in the house all the time.
Right, so it's a blanket statement, and maybe it was an overgeneralization. But what I'm saying is
No,
there is
it's
a type
just
of
that
person that
I'm a
doesn't.
special breed of human
Very
that
special.
has the ability just to control his urges and focus
That
them
level
and
of
channel them into
self-discipline.
head kicks.
Maybe one of the most disciplined people I know, but you're not disciplined for the sake of discipline.
Nah,
You're
if you get a bag of
disciplined-
Doritos around you, boy.
You're disciplined because if not, you're a psycho.
Well, I know I understand the repercussions of what happens.
Yeah.
The next day, I'm going to be divorced.
Right,
Like,
right.
you know, my life goes to shit.
The
My
apartment
wife
gets
will
set on
leave
fire.
me. I definitely get kicked out of the apartment. They
I
don't
think
want me
you
around
could
if I'm
get
drinking.
so fat, by the way. You could get so fat. I think you could be so thick.
I would like to think that I'm kind of like Alvy from like Kingdom on Netflix.
I don't
the
know what that
MMA
is.
thing where he drinks heavily, but he trains every day, so he stays in good shape.
Okay.
And he takes like TRT and HGH.
Where you're like Thor, where you could be.
Well,
You
the
could
thi-
be fat Thor.
Well, the thing is, if I started drinking again, there's nothing to stop me from also just taking HGH and TRT.
Right.
Like I'll just start taking steroids because I at that point I'm like, fuck it, I know I'm not living past 63.
Start doing those strongman competitions where you've got that dome belly with abs on the outside of it.
You know what? I don't think I'd go that way.
No, you
I
wouldn't go
think
that
I
way?
would try to take like a adrenal or a Tyrannobol or get like lean.
Okay,
you
all right,
know?
maybe get lean.
I'd go
Cocaine would also do that.
Yeah, a little bit of that, a little bit of TRT. I remember I was at the gym one time, and this one jack fucking black dude was like lifting fucked me, and I'm like lifting, and I had a pain in my knee from just training and stuff like that. I think I was like rolling with my dude Ricky, and he kind of fucked my knee up a little bit.
Okay.
And this guy comes up to me and he goes, "Hey, what's going on, man? What's up with that?" And I go, I fight and stuff like that. I was training and I just
Wait,
hurt
he
my
saw
knee.
that you were like limping?
Yeah, he saw I was kind of in pain and everything like that. And he comes up to me, he's like, "It's really good for that." I was like, "What?" I thought he was gonna say like some sort of like
Stretches.
supplement or
okay,
something.
all
Yeah.
right.
And he goes, "HGH." I was like,
He's not wrong.
I said, okay. I was like, you know what, man? I was like, I don't know. And then he's like, no, I'm telling you, bro. Like,
I know.
I do HGH and it fucking helps.
Look
And
at
he
me.
was shredded. And then
And it made you
And then he
consider
kept-
HGH.
he kept pushing it on me. And I finally told him, I was like, you know what, dude? I don't do fucking like fun drugs. I'm not gonna start doing those drugs, man. You know, like I feel bad.
Does he
Also,
do fun?
like,
Did he mention if he does fun drugs?
I'm sure. I bet any one of those guys that do that are willing to do whatever fun drugs.
Yeah,
you
I'm
put
already
in front of
pumping
them.
myself full of this shit.
Now
What's a little bit
imagine
of
that
cocaina?
guy. Yeah, with just blowing him.
Yeah, oh shit, son.
He's just sweating, flexing, talking about himself,
See, those people.
taking injections to get his dick hard.
the other, like, if
What we're
society.
saying is we're talking about John Jones.
We're talking about John Jones. If society fell apart and we all had to assume our positions, and obviously you would be the strong man combat type of guy.
I would like to think that I would be that guy.
I would-
but I could also be the give up on life and be the guy out in front of ShopRite asking for change.
Well, I mean, if there was some sort of militia to be formed,
yeah, I would
if
like
we
to
had
think,
the wherewithal to not spiral into madness.
Yeah, I would like to think I'd be the. Pretty,
I obviously wouldn't. I would be the hide and sneak guy. 100% the hide and sneak. I'm very quiet. I'm
You
very
are.
light. I'm very sneaky.
You could climb well.
I could climb my ass off,
Yeah.
and I could be a problem for a short amount of time. I'm not going to go toe to toe with you, but if I've got like a little knife and I'm above you,
Yeah. I can see you like quickly stabbing
and then
somebody
fucking running away, and then
jacking
disappearing
them
into
off
the,
too.
and then just hiding in the shadows.
Like, Dave, what are you doing? You stabbing him a lot of times? I'm jacking
I'm
him
just
off.
making sure that he goes into the afterlife with a smile on his face because I care about that kind of a
Just
thing.
put 2 quarters on his.
Yeah, after I jack him
That's
off.
for the ferryman.
2 dirty quarters. But yeah, man,
covered quarters.
I just think that my wife would do much better by me to just not fight me on hiding the fucking snacks. Like, if I'm a heroin addict and I'm going, please hide the heroin. If you don't, I can't control myself.
And then she's over there just do heroin.
Just control yourself, you fucking idiot.
She's the person that could do a little bit of heroin.
Yeah, she could do a tiny bit of heroin and then go
not
about
come
her,
back to it for like 7 months.
Run errands. Not me. I'm gonna do all the fucking heroin, and she just can't hide it, and I don't know why.
I'm like Jack Black in Tropic Thunder.
Yeah, exactly.
If you
gotta
untie me, I'm gonna do all the fucking drugs down there.
I don't understand why every time I go, hey babe, can you do me a favor? Can you just hide? And she goes, why? And I'm like, what the fuck? Because I have a problem.
Yeah, but do you want to hear me say it? Do you want to hear me say it? I have a problem.
Yeah, I have a problem.
Do you feel better about yourself?
And I'm very disciplined most of the time, which is why I do all these really rigid diets, because I have to have a severe amount of structure around. So I have to fast. I have to avoid carbs because carbs do the shark eyes too.
Because if not, I mean, you'll be 200 pounds
That's what I said.
quick.
I said, do you want to be under my heavy, sweaty body as I breathe and bust loads in under 3 seconds and then roll off of you and glisten with sweat from our 3 seconds? Is that what you want?
Now imagine that, except with cum in your jeans.
Well,
that would be my story.
So we have similar issues.
We have similar stories.
I just wish she didn't fight me on it. But I do think that I'd like to move on now. If you don't mind.
God, yeah, because you were telling me yesterday, we got to talk about aliens today.
Yes, we got to talk about aliens.
Between the eating, the drugs, the drinking,
and
the cum in the jeans, I was like, at what point are we going to get to fucking aliens?
Yeah, it's a hard segue, but it's in the zeitgeist right now. On the zeitgeist, that little part is highlighted right now. It's lit up. Aliens seem to be what's going on. And, of course, it's off the back.
That's because Rogan had on...
George Knapp
and Corbell.
Yeah, Corbell.
Corbell. Yeah, Jeremy Corbell.
Did you get a chance, by the way, to watch Skinwalker Ranch?
I did, but I fell asleep, man. I watched it on a Saturday. And you know how I am with Saturday naps. Josh, before he used to take fucking pictures of me on a Saturday,
just sleeping. Nothing wrong with that.
Just out, bro.
I like a good nap, but I think you should watch it. It's fun. It's well produced. It's a cool place, and of course it's lacking like concrete evidence, as is most of this shit, but it's just fun because every once in a while something happens in the way like spooky season rolls around before Halloween and you start watching ghost stuff. I have a little button that gets hit and I'm like, it's time to watch UFO shit. I just spit on my hand. Let's move that away.
Just pretend it never happened.
And I feel like I'm in that zone right now where I'm also kind of afraid to look at it because, it gives you the spookies at night. But
oh, dude, I'm sorry to cut you off, but I was watching like abduction things really hard for like a couple days.
When? Recently?
This was probably like a couple months ago. Yeah.
Okay.
This was during the quarantine. I was watching like abduction stuff really hard and paranormal shit. And I'm not going to lie. I'd get up in the middle of the night and be like, come on, Jay, you're a big boy, bro. And I would scurry into the kitchen, drink water, and I would have to tell myself that there's nobody behind me. There's nobody behind me. And then I would just back to the fucking room.
Dude, that shit happens to me all the time.
And then I'd be like laying down in on my side of the bed. I'm facing the window, so I'd be like, oh my God.
Like, right outside the window.
If there's a light that comes down, I'd be like, dude, I don't know. I possess the ability to beat up, I would say, 12 fucking small aliens.
Yeah, but as soon as they hit you with that
freeze thing.
Yeah, the freeze thing. It's embedded in our subconscious. The freeze
course
thing
they got a freeze thing.
This I'm telling you, this episode could be a little bit longer because I have too much to say about it. But do you have any stories or people that you would, and before you answer this, I want to say, I don't know a lot of crackpots.
Oh, I do.
Do you really?
My mother.
Okay, because I know people
batshit crazy. She's had an alien encounter, and I was just like, see, when I hear my mom talk to me about that kind of stuff, I'm like, oh, this is the discrediting.
Okay, but what was it?
Shit.
What was it? I want to know.
She was telling me, she's like, in Puerto Rico, she was in the backyard.
Okay.
She said a bell-shaped craft came down and it had a glowing base. It landed in the backyard in Puerto Rico, hovered there for a couple seconds, and then took off. And once she told me that, I almost stopped watching alien stuff. I'm not going to lie.
How old were you when she told you that?
This was a couple months ago. This was last time she visited, dude.
All right.
Last year. I was like,
It freaked you out?
it almost turned me off to the idea of it. Because I'm thinking, if she believes in it, how crazy am I? Like,
Sure.
I feel that I'm a rational person, and I also believe that there could be something out there for
I'm sure there is,
But when you have weird dudes like Tom DeLonge, and then my mom, and I get those two together.
Tom DeLonge and your mom.
I'm just like, I don't know if I believe in this shit like that. But
you've never had anything personally?
I've never had an experience ever.
What about a spooky one?
Never had it. I never had a paranormal experience.
That's not fun. Wow.
You know what you want to hear a crazy story?
Yeah.
So my boy Fetty died, right?
Okay.
And his sister called me, and she was like saying like Fetty has been trying communicate with me throughout beyond the grave and stuff like that, and I'm seeing things, and I'm seeing license plates, and things are happening in the house, and I told her, I said, you know what, you want to believe that to be true,
sure,
so you're looking for things, because this girl already had like her youngest daughter die, and she's had a fucked up, like, life story so far.
Sad,
so
but yeah,
she
true.
was saying, she was telling me about this. I was like, no, you got to understand. You want all this to be true.
You told her that?
I told her all this. I said,
stuff,
you're
Jay.
looking for things. I was like, you know what's sad? Fetty is dead, and he ain't ever coming back. His meter, his life bar, it stopped right there. Everything he was and ever going to be is over.
Right.
And I told her, I was like, and if Fetty was a ghost, I promise you he'd be fucking with me right now. Like, he'd be definitely fucking with one of our boys. Hands down, he'd be going after the guy, Matt, who does the audio engineering for the...
He'd be fucking with him. You don't think that he'd be haunting the shit out of Matt? And knew that wasn't the way?
Oh, dude, he'd be haunting the shit out of Matt right now. He never really liked Matt, and Matt never really liked him, but they always got along.
Okay, all right.
So, yeah, and...
What did she say to that? She fought you on it, yeah?
No, actually, she goes, you know what, Jay? Nobody's ever told that to me. And I think you're right. And I told her, I was like, look, I want to believe that there's somewhere and everything like that and something. But I promise you, if Fetty was still, some remnants of Fetty was still around, he would have been fucking with me or one of our friends. And we haven't heard shit. And I told her, I was like, unfortunately, you didn't have the best relationship. I would doubt that you would be the one that he would get a hold of.
That's it. Now, Jay, you're the master of harsh words, are you not?
Dude, it was harsh. And I was just kind of upset that she called me telling me that. So it was easy to tell her straight up like that.
Okay.
And she just told me, she was like, everybody's been kind of feeding into all this. I think maybe you're right. She said, I think I wanted to be
sure
that I'm seeing him and I'm seeing signs and stuff like that.
That makes sense though, man, especially having lost a daughter. It's like you want so desperately to define this untangible what happens after we pass away thing. And so you just start grasping at the cultural things that you expect to happen, like, hauntings and communication from the afterlife and shit. But
yeah, she wanted that so bad that she was, it's like correlation through causation.
Sure.
That's what basically it was happening. She was like seeing something and wanting it to be, Fetty.
Yeah, adapt it to whatever it was that she wanted to see or hear. Yeah.
Which you could do with anything.
Of course,
it's the same thing how like that one movie with Jim Carrey, 23. He started seeing 23 everywhere because you're looking for something.
I never how was that movie? I never watched it.
Oh, it was great. It was really good, yeah.
Because that was one of the first roles that he did when he was like not in a comedic capacity.
No, he killed it, dude. He's Jim fucking Carrey.
I love Jim Carrey. Although his recent like yogi type attitude shit is a little off-putting. I'm gonna go ahead and say it. I don't like heavily enlightened people. It just kind of.
You got two Jim Carreys. You got post-beard Jim Carrey and pre-beard Jim Carrey.
And I'm a fan of pre-beard.
I'm a pre-beard Jim Carrey kind of guy myself.
Yeah, that whole enlightened
but you get
yogi
post-beard Carrey, and it's gonna get deep.
Yeah, I don't like all that. But I actually have a long and weird relationship with spooky kind of things. Especially when it comes to the whole aliens. My grandma, I didn't find this out till I was like 18, but she had shit happen to her since she was a kid where she would like, wake up paralyzed and she would have bright lights in her window and she would be visited by shadow people and she didn't know what the fuck it was. Grandma, this is probably like the 60s or 50s, so she just thought it was like hauntings type of shit. And then she read some book one day by this guy Whitley Strieber. It was called Communion, and in it he documents a bunch of other people's experiences that they alleged were abduction experiences, and they lined up so much with what she had experienced that she felt that this thing had finally defined what was going on for her whole life. And she told my mom not to read the book. And I forgot how I heard about it, but one day I went to my mom and I said, "Hey, Mom, what was that book Grandma told you not to read?" And she was like, "It's called
The
Communion by
Bible."
Whitley." She never read it, by the way. She goes, and then just like that, she goes, "Communion by Whitley Strieber." And I was like, "Okay, thanks," because it was like forbidden knowledge. You know, that's how I had heard about it. I think my aunt mentioned it to me, and my mom just gave it up real quick.
But why her?
Why her what?
Exactly.
Oh, like why is she being fucked with? I don't know.
Why her? Why not like? Why hasn't anybody in the building that I know with like got fucked with?
Well,
with how many people have probably died in these apartments? Why is nobody like saying
haunting
this
you?
is what I'm telling you about correlation and causation?
Sure.
It's something that you want to see or you're trying to put something to like
What I will say is my
just saying.
grandma didn't
grandma-
have any alien thing. She
I-
just thought she was like haunted or some
See,
shit.
I hate to say this, Dave, because she sounds like a very
She's
nice
a very
woman.
nice woman.
But-
Don't disparage
But
my
like
grandmother.
you, I think she's a fucking liar.
Listen,
think
man.
you come from a
God
family.
damn it. My grandma
of
has passed away. Rest in
fucking
peace, Grandma.
liars.
Do not disrespect my grandmother, all right? She was a troubled woman who was being haunted, and they were performing experiments on her.
They're drinking the
And they're
adrenalized
drinking
blood.
the adrenalized blood of terrified children. But so what ends up happening is this is a fun. Have you ever had sleep paralysis?
No, bro, I'm a goddamn fucking champion. I sleep like a thoroughbred, bro.
That's disgusting.
Dude,
You disgust me.
no ghost wants any of this sauce.
I don't know if
I will fuck a ghost up, dude.
Ethereal.
If there was a
beings,
ghost,
yeah.
if there was a ghost,
If there was
and
a
he
ghost.
killed me, he's got a lot of fight coming to him because
You don't
once
know
I'm
what
dead,
happens in the afterlife.
Once
Jay.
I'm dead-
you might not even have hands.
But dude, once I'm dead, first thing I'm doing is I'm going after that guy that killed me, and now we're gonna have a ghost fight
You don't know.
because I'm a ghost, you're a ghost. We're about
We
to
talked
engage
about this
in
last
ghost
episode. We said we didn't even know if we had dicks. What makes you think you got hands and feet?
because obviously he's got some hands that he could push a clock on me and shit.
Listen, man. All right, this is what I'm
He
saying.
can pick up a pot and throw it
That's
across
not
the fucking
what
room.
my grandma had experienced. She experienced bright lights, paralysis, shadow people, and losses of time.
Oh, speaking of bright lights,
are those leftover fireworks?
no, these are actually a gift from one of our listeners. Shout out to our boy Doug.
Whoa, dude.
He felt so bad about the pop that he gave us all of these.
Jay.
For anybody who's just like who's watching this, you know, YouTube, like and subscribe.
Yeah.
This is just a sample of one of the
Dude.
motherfuckers that he hooked us up with. There's a full-on box of these giant
I'm counting like
fireworks.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. This is like 20 different. Jay, how are we?
Dude,
even...
there's Roman candles. Well, this is a wild dog.
That's a wild
TNT
dog.
is what it's called.
That's a whistling Nancy. What this? Is that a whistling Nancy? What are we supposed to fucking do with those, Jay? We live in New Jersey.
I don't know where we could light those
Nowhere.
off.
We can't. We should have our own Dave and Jay versus the world fireworks show.
We should. Or we could like set up a paranormal trap.
I don't
And
want
we
to do
could-
anything.
And then we could like set flares off, kind of like how Arnold did in Predator. You know,
Yeah.
except we're but we're gonna be looking for ghosts.
I don't want to look for any of the things because I do feel like there's a spooky side of things, and I don't want to go looking for it.
We'll
I'm
get
not a
Grandma
fucking ghost
Cordoba.
hunter. Dude, now that's not
Corbo.
my last name. Cordoba.
It's Cordoba, right?
It's
like
Cobra.
The taco place.
It's Cobra. It's David Cobra.
David
I'm taking my last name to
Yo,
Cobra.
dude, if we
It would
like,
be so much cooler to be David Cobra.
dude, if we got famous and they were like, you got to change your name,
100% David Cobra.
David Cobra,
David Cobra.
and Jason. What would my name be?
Bison? Bah.
Bomb? Just turn it from
Jason
Bomb
Bond?
Jason Bond. Oh, that's good.
David Cobra and Jason Bond?
I'm changing the name of the show.
To Cobra and Bond?
Cobra and Bond.
That's the coolest. I wish I don't live up to that hype.
You definitely
Don't. I've disrespected me. Don't.
Well,
Don't
after you
pile on.
lying about
Now listen.
your
it's not all- my
grandmother
grandma-
seeing ghosts,
Now,
you, I guess, are going to tell some kind of paranormal
and we're gonna
fucking
keep
story.
going on. We're gonna keep going on.
Ah, boy.
Well,
Guys,
actually, it's a
buckle up because
No,
this
no, no,
seems
no.
like the tail end of the podcast is going to be a lot about Dave.
It's gonna be a lot. Okay, all right. I'm gonna. You know what? I'm gonna cut it out. We'll save it for another time.
No,
No,
I'm
'cause
sure what
it's
people want to
different.
do is
Yes, you
listen to
should.
you talk
You
for
should. I don't like. Is that sarcasm?
for the next
Is that-
20
Are you
minutes?
being facetious?
Look, Cobra, you need to take
All
it
right.
easy
Well, I appreciate
before you
that.
get stung in the throat.
Wait, what the fuck, bro? Now, okay, so we're gonna cut it out because that's a sleep paralysis thing, and that's a whole nother can of worms.
Let's just stay
Let's
on
go
aliens.
we're gonna go to one. I've seen an alien.
Dude, when you say things like that, it's hard for
When
me
do
to
I
like want to
say
do
things like
anything.
that?
You just said it.
Yeah, that's
And automatically,
it's not
what-
like it's a reoccurring thing.
and what I thought automatically was like, I wonder if I could carry this podcast by myself and kick Dave
no, we're
out.
gonna. I've
It's like
seen an alien.
It's like a band. I want to just like fire you.
Now you're jealous. You're jealous. If this is
Nah.
a band, I'm Tom DeLonge, and you're going off.
You're right,
to
and
be-
I'm Travis, and I'm the most successful one out of
I
the
think
band.
Tom's got to have buco bucks right now.
Tom is hemorrhaging money because he's pouring it into something that is complete bullshit.
Well, didn't he release that video, and then the Pentagon was like, "This video is real." The Tic Tac thing.
Yeah, it still gives him no credibility.
It doesn't.
Also, Joe Rogan had him on, and he tried getting something out of him for an hour and a half, finally cutting it short, like going, okay,
Dude,
I think
how
we've had
fucking
enough.
annoying was
How
that?
uncomfortable was that to watch? It was
Everything
fucking
he was
weird.
just like,
They made
I can't
mention
discuss
of it.
that.
Yeah, that dude made mention of Tom DeLonge on the podcast,
Yeah.
and he was like, "Yeah, you guys had a real interesting talk last time."
Yeah, dude. That
Everything that
episode was
Rogan
dog
asked him,
shit.
he would go, "I can't speak on behalf of that. I can't talk about
So
that."
what are we fucking doing
Be like,
here?
why don't you pick up your guitar and play me some?
How about that?
fucking,
What was it like to be in
all the
Blink
small
182?
things, motherfucker?
Yeah, that was all right. So I'm gonna tell you my alien story.
Let's
right?
hear it.
My friends and I used to hang out at a place that we called the Ramps. It was a small bit of woods in Carteret where we dug holes and made ramps for our bikes, BMX bikes. Right next to it was a shitty little creek, and it was that tall grass that you would find by like a riverside. And we went and stomped
Swamp
paths.
gas. It was swamp gas.
It could have been swamp
What-
gas.
What you
This-
saw was swamp gas.
Carteret is a swamp.
Yeah, it's swamp gas.
Carteret's an actual swamp.
Okay, so your story has no validity.
Right.
Swamp gas. I'm gonna close the
Don't-
book
There's
on that.
That's
and
not-
It's swamp gas.
no, it's not swamp gas. All right. Now this is you're a shill, you're a government shill, and I'm going to continue talking about.
And Dave is a lizard person. Everybody.
Hey, we're not supposed to talk about that.
Just a fucking lizard person.
I wish I had some Photoshops just tear my
That's
face
why
away.
you climb so well.
That is why I
'Cause
climb
you
so
got
well.
lizard-like abilities.
But if it gets too cold outside, I simply fall asleep.
You're like Jay. I'm not coming out today. It's too
Sometimes in the morning I just lay out on the asphalt in the sun, and that's how I start my day.
Naked.
Naked.
cold. Let's hear it.
So
let me hear about your
tall
aliens.
grass that grows by the riverside, and my friend Shane O'Brien and I were stomping.
What was he? German?
No, he's
Shane O'Brien?
Is
Was
that
he Dominican?
that's
What was he?
that's like an Irish thing, isn't it?
No, he couldn't get any
O'Brien?
more fucking Irish with a name like Shane O'Brien.
Shane O'Brien, yeah. I mean, you know.
His name might as well have been Patio Tool.
Don't call that
See, automatically,
Could be racist
automatically, I think you're lying now because you got Shane
because
McBrien.
the Irish are liars.
You got Conor McGregor that you were watching the fucking swamp gas with.
Now, me and Shane O'Brien were stomping
course.
through the tall grass, making paths no wider than us as children. I'm like 12, he's like 11 or 10.
In the
And-
woods by yourself at night.
No, it was daytime.
Oh.
And all our friends were on the other side of the tall grass jumping their bikes. And we were just walking through. I remember that day because we found a shit load of pill bugs in our clothing because we didn't anticipate that bugs would be in the tall grass that we were stomping through. But as we're walking, now it's a quick thing that happens. Something is hauling ass through the tall grass. And we're young kids. So
Could have been a homeless person living in the woods.
to tell you the truth, I don't remember this anymore. I only remember the story. Like, I'm just telling you a
You
story.
only remember the story told. You don't remember the...
I can't remember what it was fucking like anything. I just remember telling the story, and I remember the details that I at least was certain about, and So...
Could have been a dream.
Could have been a dream. No, but he remembers it. So this
Patty O'Brien.
Patty O'Brien
What
and
was
I...
his name? What was his name? Really?
Patty O'Brien. It's Shane.
Shane.
Shane O'Brien.
Shane O'Brien.
Is he and I are and we hear something start running towards us. Now we're in the woods. It could be fucking anything, but We don't have time to rationalize. It's fucking coming towards
Sorry,
us.
I can't.
Don't
stop
laugh
thinking.
at the Irish.
I can't stop thinking what Shane O'Brien looks like.
He looks like he's a
Freckles,
No.
orange, red.
He's got tan skin, dark hair,
He's got a bottle
dark
of whiskey
facial
in
hair.
green T-shirt.
No, it's not. This is not a leprechaun
Really
that I am
alabaster
trouncing
skin.
through the woods with. This is a young man
No, wait, okay.
who does not have an Irish disposition at all. He looks very much like he could just be maybe Italian or Greek or something like
Not
that.
with a name like Shane O'Brien.
A Shane O'Malley. And so we hear this thing running towards us, and we just react. We just grab each other. Which, if it was a dog, we'd have been fucking mauled because we had no...
Fortunately, you had Shane O'Brien with you.
and he's got hands.
Of course
as
he
the
does.
descendant of the McGregor family, and we just react in fear and we grab each other. We would have no instincts kicked in, and this thing runs out right in front of us across the little path that we've created by stomping the tall grass down. And what I saw stood upright and was an ass. This is what I was telling people I saw. Is an ass-naked little baby black boy.
Yo, but in Carteret, that could have been.
Now that is not...
Yo, if you were over by like Chrome Street, it could have been.
I'll give you that, Jay. That is a fair assessment.
And
That's a fair-
imagine the look of sheer terror when he sees you hugging up with Patty O'Brien. He's the story that he's telling is like, I remember one time when I was 4 years old, I was walking around the woods naked, and these two fucking guys, this Irish guy and this Hispanic guy, were making out, and I got scared and I
young
fucking
homosexual
ran away.
man.
These two
Look,
guys were getting gay in the
we were
woods
fully
together.
clothed. He
I
was
freaked
not.
out and ran.
Now, that's pretty much the end of it. So it runs out in front of us. I don't even know if we made sounds. We just fucking grabbed each other, and then it continues to run across and back into the tall grass and hauls ass away. We run out of there screaming, and everybody follows us, and we are terrified of this ass-naked black toddler boy.
Where's the ship, Dave?
So, there's a couple of issues with that. He was very small, like smaller than my son is now. I remember that since I was 12, he was like not even up to my hip. All right? He's
How
ass
funny
naked.
would it be to see Jack get into a fist fight with a little alien?
I don't know, because they would just zap him and he'd be paralyzed, and then I'd watch them dissect
Jack's
my
got
son.
a good headbutt.
He's got a headbutt on him,
Yeah, he
and
does.
he's got some hands, but I don't know of another ass-naked toddler that you could get to full-on sprint through tall grass. I mean, like, he was moving crazy fast. Oh, are you showing me the time thing? Bop, bop. Oh, you're telling me to wrap it up, you fucking
No, I'm not
cocksucker.
telling you to wrap it up.
He's like, hey, man, listen, we're hitting that hour mark. Can you shut the fuck up?
I'm enthralled into what is happening
Okay.
with you seeing
So
little
let's-
naked black
let's-
children in Carteret,
This
which
is-
could be possible.
And there was also
Maybe not
UFO
aliens.
sightings in Carteret. I believe that year, the famous Carteret UFO sightings. There was like 12 lights above the McDonald's and the Turnpike, and they stayed there from daytime until nighttime. News crews came out. Everybody just stared at them. They just moved around in weird-ass formations. And you could find YouTube videos of people being like, I fucking saw some shit. And then once nighttime hit, there was a huge...
Was that Patty O'Brien's father?
That was not, that's not an Irish accent.
Okay, I
was
thought
just-
might have been Patty O'Brien's.
And
dad.
then they go, and they sucked out of the sky, and then the fucking whole show was over, and everyone was okay, and you just go back to working at McDonald's.
swamp gas.
Now, the only thing that makes me feel like this was not ass-naked black toddler is logic. What the fuck is an ass-naked black toddler doing in the woods? Like, if I go back to that year, am I going to find a missing persons thing?
Maybe you should try to do that before you just assume that it's a little gray running
assuming
around.
is a strong word. I've wrestled with this, Jay, for a very long time. Now, the
Yeah.
other thing is, if I stripped you ass naked right now,
Yeah.
Jay, and I took you to a river where there was a dense patch of tall grass, and I said, Jay, run as quickly as you can through that. Do you think you would do it swiftly and gracefully, or would things rack against your dong and scrape and stab you in the feet, and would you stumble and trip? This thing was fucking swift. I mean, swift as fuck. Like, it came running out at bounded across the trail and just disappeared, gave us no mind, gave us no pause, and just hauled ass away. I don't know a toddler with that kind of coordination, let alone stripping him ass naked and putting him in the tall grass.
On PCP.
PCP is where you were going, and I thought about that, Jay.
Might have
That is
been
a
on
possibility.
PCP.
And I've
Might
not.
have been a small African American little person on PCP.
A what?
Running through the tall grass. Sir.
That could have been. It could have been. Sure.
Yeah.
But
There's validity to that.
yeah, no,
Especially in fucking Carteret. That
that's
is
also big facts. Those are
real
also
good.
big facts. These are big facts. Now, the only thing that I know for certain, because like I said, my memory doesn't, I don't remember it anymore.
No, you remember, you told
Just
the
telling the
story,
story.
so many times.
I trust myself to know the difference between something that's bipedal and quadrilateral.
You talking about like a hominid, like a little primate?
Just in the sense of like, I grew up with so many animals. I never didn't have more than like 2 dogs at a time. We had tortoises, we had owls, we had every fucking thing you could think of. My mother
Your mom
breeds,
is like Ace Ventura,
it's
dude.
it's fucking wild.
She had
That's
to
how I
rescue
grew up.
everything.
I knew.
I bet the
enough.
inside of your house smelled terrific.
Well, there's my mom right now has a lizard room, and lizards have the foulest smelling shit known to
it's
man.
like ammonia.
It's fucking terrible.
Yeah.
And sometimes if you open that door, you might go, "Huh," but
Yeah.
but otherwise she keeps it pretty clean. So I
The
trust
worst is
myself.
if you have a bunch of cats, dude. I've been around guys that have cats.
I have a cat, and my cat
and
does not piss because it got its nuts chopped off way early. And
Still think it'll pee.
I mean,
mean-
what I mean to say is it doesn't piss.
We cut
like
its
marking
balls
territory.
and dick off.
And now-
it
well,
only
good
lives
luck
about a
pissing.
week and a half, but it's guaranteed
It's-
not to piss in
And
your
it was
house.
a good cat for a week and a half. It was a wonderful cat.
No, but I'm saying, when you get that smell of fucking piss in the house
It's
from...
unremovable. You
Ugh.
can't get it out.
And they're just like kitty litter, and it smells like ammonia.
Yeah, I've had
dude.
a cat
I remember
before I
one
did
time
that.
I was down in Georgia, and I walked into a meth den because I was doing some like
Meth?
A meth den.
You were
Yeah.
doing some meth, and
I was
that's why
doing
you
some
were
meth.
doing a
No,
little bit of
dude,
meth.
I was doing some like work in this apartment complex, and I walked into a meth den, and there was these two, a man and a woman, and dude, the place looked like a fucking den of an animal, but also it smelled. There was cats everywhere, and I was like, I could taste the fucking ammonia.
Well,
dude.
they say that
And there
meth
was
heads are the cats
dish-
of the human world.
I will give you it.
Yeah,
They could be.
They-
So, dude, there was dishes and there was bugs, and I threw up in their house. I threw up in
That's
the kitchen.
very
I was
disrespectful.
like, "Blah!"
And
I
they
threw up in
probably
the
didn't
sink.
even blink.
Dude, they were like, "Oh man, you threw up, dude. This is my house," and I was like. "Blah!" And I fucking ran out the door, bro. And then the guy comes out. He's like, "Did you change the thing?" I was like, I was like, "I can't, dude." I
Wait,
was like,
what were
"You're
you
gonna have
there
to go."
supposed to be doing? Well,
There's like something on the faucet, the little screens on the faucet. We had to change all of them in the apartment complexes.
Okay, because that's gonna.
And
save
we had to
somebody.
like check the plumbing, make sure like the flap was good and everything. Couldn't even get into the bathroom. So I got as far as the sink, which was only about 15 feet away when you opened the door, and I threw up in their sink, and I ran out for my life, dude. And I just told the guy, I was like, I can't go back in there. It's a fucking meth den. And it smells like cat piss, and they're just on the couch in like...
soaking in their own
I'm
piss and meth.
honestly, my mouth is watering just talking about
Is
it.
it making you hungry, huh?
Fucking gross.
Listen,
I'm not gonna eat all day now. Thanks.
But that is the extent of the thing that I experienced, and the thing that bums me out.
I never had anything like that happen to me.
Well, I talked to Patty
want-
O'Brien, and Patty says he doesn't remember what he saw. He just remembers being terrified and then running out of there. So that's fucking great. So all I have is to trust myself that it was upright, and that I thought it was a little toddler. So that's weird.
And 4-year-olds just running around on PCP, even in Carteret.
Well, my uncle, who got a lot of companies started in New Jersey, and the last thing that he worked on was a place that did fabrication for aerospace. So he was an aerospace engineer. And he told me he's a very...
success might have skipped a generation.
well, it certainly did. I mean, my man got
I'm just saying,
several businesses started.
He's wealthy. He's intelligent.
Yeah.
And I'm here hanging out with you doing a
listened
comedic podcast.
before he passed away. He
That's
listened
it.
to my first episode.
That's the best we got.
And he said something. He called me up and he was just like, what the fuck was that? And I was just like,
Honestly, you should have been like, you know what, Unc? You're right.
Yeah,
I don't know. I don't
probably
know
should
what
have
I'm
quit
doing.
while I was ahead. I'm still doing this damn thing, but
See, he might have listened to this and been like, "Stay with that guy, Jay.
yeah.
He's gonna do good.
Well,
he's gonna do big things."
He didn't
in
sound
life."
like that. He wasn't very. He was like an ant. You know the tree people from Lord of the Rings, where they barely talk.
I've never gotten to that part in Lord of the Rings because I've always fell asleep about an hour into the movies.
Uncultured swine.
Dude, I've watched Harry Potter's,
It's a great series.
but I've also fell asleep a lot during the Harry Potter. Anything that's
you do a lot.
anything
you
that
get
has
sleepy.
like anything that has like magic and like the only movie that I won't fall asleep is Willow. I'll stay
What the fuck
wide
is wrong
awake.
with
Dude,
you?
Willow's so much
Well,
better.
you do have a passionate love for the little people.
Dude, yeah, I'm trying to defend one right now. The one you saw naked running in the fucking woods when
Don't-
you were
that
11
one's-
years old with Patty O'Brien.
That's not.
When you're fighting, when you're coming into like you're starting to explore, you're making
Yeah.
out with guys in the woods, you know,
Right.
because it's hard to get girls.
Right.
So guys are
You gotta
accessible.
practice. You got to practice.
You got to fuck around with your
You
boys.
got to practice.
And it's you, Patty O'Brien, shirtless,
We had shirts
fair
on.
skin,
I never said we.
tan skin. This little dude sees you, scares the shit out of him.
He was
so
looking
much,
for help. He came
so
upon
much
us.
that he's willing to run through.
He didn't even slow down.
Sawgrass to get away from you.
He didn't even slow down. He
for
just
fear
kept
that
it
he
going.
was next on the fucking menu.
We weren't gonna make out with him, man. We were,
I don't know what you were gonna do with him, but
Listen,
he
all
was
right.
scared. Imagine the sheer terror that
I
child
don't.
felt.
You know, I was terrified. So you
That
know,
guy was really
a
terrified.
little give and take there. But my uncle told me a story one day. I forgot how we were talking about this, and he goes, "When I was younger, I was a younger man, and I was in the backyard with your grandmother,
Humping.
and that's not it. No, don't." Both of these people are dead, and you, sir, have no fucking class. Now, please.
Go ahead, please.
And I was in the backyard with your grandmother, and I looked up in the sky, and it was
Tom.
it was Tom DeLonge.
My neighbor.
It was Tom DeLonge.
Looking to get a three-way.
That's not look. But he said he looked up in the sky and he saw something that was the size of a city block, and it was making no fucking noise, and he could see it. He could see the texture on it, and all he could say was, "It wasn't made here." And I said, "Like America?" And he goes, No.
He's like,
It wasn't made on
Dave,
Earth.
stop being dumb.
No, man. That's not what my uncle sounded like. This is also not what my uncle sounded like.
I like the character of your uncle. I want to fucking hang
He
out
was
with
a
that
good
guy.
dude. He used to play the blues like
It
a
makes,
fucking wizard.
It makes sense with the vocals that you were doing. That
This
he
is
played.
his shirt.
You
You know what's crazy? This is his shirt. This is his ring, and this is his watch.
What if you combine all those and it opens up a portal
Imagine
into
I
another
didn't know
dimension? And then it opens up a portal, and then lizard people start walking out, and the entire time.
And my uncle was one of
Your
them, and then he
uncle
pulls his face
was
off,
the
and he's
head
a lizard.
Yes.
And then he goes, "Dave, pull your face off." And I go,
also, let's
"Uncle,
get
what?" Ah! And then I'm a lizard man.
Get my neighbor Tom over here, my wife.
Why do you?
I want to have a three-way with her.
What is that?
That's his voice. That's how he sounds.
Who is that? There's a guy that sounds like that. There's a musician. I don't know.
Yeah,
who
any
it is.
blues musician from the past.
Yeah, but dude, I'm telling you, I'll show you videos someday. He used to.
No, I want to see
jam the
what Patty
fuck out.
O'Brien looks like now.
He doesn't look anything like a Patty
I'm
O'Brien.
imagine
His
he-
name is Shane O'Brien. Shout
Shane
out to Shane,
O'Brien.
longtime friend. That
Definitely
moment,
isn't subscribed to the show.
he's definitely not subscribed to the show
Shane, you're a piece of
because
shit.
my longtime friends don't do that.
If you're
Uh,
not.
And that moment when we saw the alien, it put us on a divergence. He went left, I went right. To see each other caused too much pain, and so to this day we can only see each other for brief moments before we start
Hugging and
sobbing,
kissing.
sobbing and kissing, and it just we can't.
You know when you're
stop.
kissing and like your face is hot and like the tears are getting in your mouth
Yeah,
when you're
yeah,
like
yeah.
tongue kissing? I imagine you and Patty O'Brien just sharing that
Well,
moment.
it's like you remember the movie Hitch?
yeah.
Or not Hitch? I'm sorry. The
Wait,
movie.
and you're Kevin James.
I'm Kevin. No. The movie Hancock. Remember the movie Hancock?
I remember.
Remember where he couldn't be close to her because he became mortal?
Yeah.
So I'm
That's you
otherwise
and Patty
indestructible,
O'Brien.
but as soon as me and Patty get close to each other,
What is his name? Shane O'Toole?
Shane,
What's his name?
Shane O'Malley. Shane O'Brien.
Shane O'Brien.
Shane O'Brien.
Shout out to
Shane
Shane
O'Brien.
O'Brien.
He's a good guy. He doesn't remember, so my only fucking backup for this story just doesn't remember what he saw. So
Of course
good
he
shit,
doesn't.
Shane.
How fucking
Convenient. Convenient is that.
Well, I feel like we did a good job today.
Well-
we definitely ran the gambit on everything.
I think we touched some good hot spots there. I think we did.
The hot spot was
My
the
uncle
cum in the jeans.
being Barry Manilow. Is Barry Manilow the one that sounds like that? Or is he a baseball player?
Barry Manilow's like a fucking Italian dude that he sounds kind of
Isn't
more
that
like
what?
Frank Sinatra than he does than fucking BB King. That's Lou. That's not what is it, Lou?
You
Reed?
know what I'm talking about, though, right?
Yeah.
I see trees above see trees.
Okay. All right. Your uncle definitely didn't sound like that.
He didn't sing. He just jammed the fuck out. He was goddamn good, man.
Well-
Rest in peace, Unc.
Guys, aliens, come in jeans, Dave, lizard person. You heard it all here on Dave and Jay vs. the World.
It's
If you're
true.
not, I'd hate to bother you, but please, if you're watching this on YouTube, like and subscribe.
Why not? If
Leave
you
a
like us.
comment. And just give us a call, because you know what? We got nothing going on. If you wanna hang out and go rock climbing with us,
Oh, that'd be cool.
DM us.
That'd be really fun.
You know what? I'll pay for it.
We got a social
Dave
distance,
won't
right?
be able to pay for that. His credit card actually declined
not-
3 times.
That didn't get declined. Did this stop, by the way?
3 times.
Oh, no, okay. All of a sudden, we're good. No, I didn't get declined. It's a new fucking card, and it wasn't reading it, but that's neither here nor there.
Sure, Dave.
And
That's what they all say.
If you guys have any spooky stories, paranormal stories,
Yo, I'm down.
hell yeah.
Send them to your
and
boys.
alien stories, I would love to
We'll
get
read
that.
them, and if you could write it like a script, we'll act it out. Where I'll play one character, Dave will play a character, and
Yeah.
then we'll act it out.
Oh,
and they can be
dude.
named
I would
whatever you
love to
want.
do that.
Patty O'Toole,
No.
David Cobra,
David Cobra.
Jason Bond,
Jason Bond.
whatever you want.
We need to get new names, man. That's the way to go. But
Guys-
please, yeah, any stories, that'd be great. We'd love them.
This was Dave and Jay vs. the World. I'm Jay. He's Dave.
I am.
And we're out.
Bye-bye.